Kingston 25. Click subscribe. That's right, Kingston 25.
Hi everybody, it's Saint here on Kensington 25's channel. Do subscribe.
I love you, Fletcher. Isn't he great? Also subscribe to Saint Fletcher. He's just got 3,000 subscribers. Well impressed. So, Fletcher, you've got more experience than me. You've been here a lot longer than I have, all your life more or less, in fact. How do you think the Aussie accent's changed?
I think the Australian accent has changed considerably. As many people know, I'm from Melbourne, and I've noticed every time I go back to Melbourne, even in Melbourne, it has changed down there considerably as well. And in Sydney, since I've been here, the city accent has changed. We have so many influences in Australia. We have like many people moving in and out of Australia. We're the most urbanised country on earth. 90% of the people live in the cities. Not that many people live in the outback. So our accent is really evolving quite quickly, and it's really surprising me. Even my accent has changed from, say, 30 years ago. My accent was not the same as it is now.
I mean, being here in Australia, one thing I've noticed, particularly among teenagers and younger Australians, is this American twang that has developed in the accent. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think accents evolve, it's the same with any accent. But there is that American twang, and you just have to look at some of the younger Australian YouTubers to see that. What do you think about that, Fletcher?
Yeah, I think YouTube does have something to do with that, more so than television, because with television, you know, it's not as interactive, and I don't think we place ourselves in a situation or empathise with the speakers as much or study the words as much. And I think we are merging, all of us in YouTube. Our accents are probably getting more and more similar. And I think even American accents are changing as well.
Definitely. I mean, I think the world is getting smaller with internet sites like YouTube, and maybe we're going to have this hybrid YouTube accent that will unite all YouTubers. And you won't have an English accent, you won't have an American accent. It might just be a fantasy, but you'll have a YouTube accent.
That would be, yeah. I think that would be easier on a very practical level for people to understand each other. Also understand each other's jokes and things like that. It'd be sad to you know, the quirkyisms of the old Australian thing. No, I'm not actually too sad. It was actually grating on me a bit, really. I mean, it's a bit sort of, you know.
I mean, I agree. For me, accents evolve. You know, people complain about English people don't sound so well spoken anymore. Accents evolve. Get over it. You know, we can hold back progress if we like, if you want to call it progress, but things do evolve, things do change, and let's embrace it if it's for the better, or if it's just happening. As long as people aren't suffering because of it. I love change, it's exciting.
You have a very classy English accent,
oh,
I must say. I have lived in London, and I know the different kinds of accents. I've lived in various parts. I noticed living around Bromley, East Kent, and those areas, and Sussex and everything, the harsh vowels that starts the words, and they'll drop the H, but they would start with a harsh sound anyway. So instead of honey, it would be honey.
Well, absolutely.
Only, and it's always hard at the start.
I totally
of the
agree.
word.
This is one of the big things that has happened in England over the years. The London accent has spread beyond London to the southeast of England. The Mancunian accent has spread, the Lancastrian accent. All these accents have spread, so these local accents are disappearing. Now, people are saying it's a sad thing, you know, the past is dying off, but things change, and I think change is quite exciting. Change isn't necessarily good, but it doesn't have to be bad either. And I think it's something exciting to watch as it evolves. It's brilliant, let's embrace it.
I think so. And Gen Y is really, really interesting to watch on YouTube. I would never have guessed our accent, because the Australian accent is moving much faster with Gen Y, because they're more attuned with the internet, and people are more flexible and impressionable when they're younger. And I'm hearing vowel sounds like no, brown cow. Now, an Australian used to always say now, brown cow. I'm hearing no, brown cow. Now that is a quantum leap in an accent, and I'm hearing more, and it's a different part of the jaw. It's the mid part of the jaw is being used. Australian accent's always tight at the back, which has a grating sound like that truck there.
Wow.
And New York is always with the front. They talk like horses, horses for horses. But we're getting more, and there's more R's. Yeah. I think, rather than I think, it's I think, no, that.
And I honestly think it's natural. I used to think it was young Australians trying to take off the Americans, but I think they've been influenced by maybe television, by the media, by other American YouTubers, and I do think it's a natural part of evolution, and I don't think they're putting it on. I don't think it's an affected accent, and I think it's the way that things are going. Who knows? Maybe in about 30, 40 years or even less, a lot of Australians will have some sort of hybrid American accent. Watch this space.
Kingston 25. Click subscribe.